and welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. How about that theme music? Wow, my friend Joe Stacy really knocked it out of the park. The more I hear it, the more it grows on me. I'm still not sick of it yet. And it's music that makes sense for what I do. It is June 11th, 2020, and we're still got some civil unrest going on here in the USA, protests over the death of Mr. George Floyd. Very unfortunate there, and we protest in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. So the world is on fire here in the USA a little bit. But we're dealing with it. We're moving through it. And, Ziggy's still getting fed, the official mascot of the Crypto Insider channel. So in his mind, everything is just wonderful. We're going to talk about some price action today, and I thought it would be fun to go through an article I found on price predictions because it's not something I do a lot. A lot of people will do it every video just about, but I will talk about price predictions. It's just not something that, the different stories of adoption and different uses of crypto, the psychology behind people that invest in crypto and talk about crypto is more interesting to me than price predictions. But they are kind of fun, and people do like them. So I figured I'd spend one day at least a month or so working on these different price predictions I found. I should have gone through Twitter and found more of them, but I wanted to talk specifically about an article I found with the IBT, and we will do that. Before we get into the prices here, I'd like to say I am not a certified financial planner. I'm not a registered investment advisor, tax accountant, stockbroker, seamstress, none of these sort of things. I am just a guy on the internet talking about crypto, and I'm trying to give a different spin on a few of the stories that are out there that everyone else is talking about it. And I come from a fintech background. I've been working in fintech for 17 years. I work with a lot of Ripple partners on a daily basis. And so I do have a little bit of insight into the way those various companies think. So let's get into the prices. We're down a little bit over the last 24 hours on everything. We got Bitcoin dominance, 65.25, kind of steady. Market cap is still up above 270 billion. I'm not seeing anything, any major breakouts in the top 10. But we do have VeChain. A lot of people are talking about VeChain at 20%. I don't own any VeChain, and I'm not even sure what the coin is used for. I'm going to do some research into it today, see what all the buzz is about, and then maybe I'll pick up some. It's certainly cheap enough, and I'm a lover of the cheap cryptos where you can get in and buy a nice sum without a huge initial investment. So we're going to look into that here at the Crypto Insider channel if the use case in the white paper seems like something that people are going to want. Our H-bar is down 0.27%. Most cryptos are down over the past 24 hours. We got XRP breaking below that 20-cent mark, sitting at 0.197. But did it take a lot to push it under that 20-cent mark. It wouldn't surprise me if with the next rally, if we're back above that. And there's some news out there that's being perceived negatively. And maybe it is negative. The truth is we won't know. We got Tesla's taking a hit of 4.5%. Down to $2.78. Still not a bad price in my opinion. I'd like to see it back above $3 where it was a few weeks ago. Let's see, where's our link at? 4.25%. That was up to almost $5 at one point. But it's down 2.88%. I'm not really worried about this temporary price action. There's volatility. The market goes up and then the market goes down. So there's no glaring warning signs poking their head out at me fundamentally. We have a lot of oversolds in the XRP. If we want to look specifically at the price of XRP, we'll go to our table here at the CoinAlyze page. Still up Uh, 2.08% on 30 days, but that's really the only green number on this chart. We do have an overbought 6 hours ago. Um, my guess is in as far as it is 1 hour ago, we were at that 20-cent mark. I think we'll reclaim it. We shouldn't have much trouble. It provided significant support for a long time before we just have dropped below it. We'll see what happens. I don't think that any of this price action is really related to this MoneyGram news. And I want to talk about this article. MoneyGram digital business achieves triple-digit growth in May. Dallas, June 9th. MoneyGram International, a global leader in cross-border payments and money transfers, reported 100% year-over-year digital transaction growth in May, a significant acceleration from the first quarter of 2020, where the company reported 57% growth. Overall, digital growth in May was driven by the following components. MoneyGram Online. So the digital stuff, people not walking into a location and doing transfers, they're opting to do it with the apps, online, the web services. Digital partnerships driven by key partners in Asia Pacific and Middle East accelerated from 67% year-over-year transaction growth in April to 92% in May. Account deposit and mobile wallet transactions increased 156% in May, which is an acceleration from the first quarter, where the company reported 80% year-over-year transaction growth. And I think a lot of this, the growth has been driven by markets such as the Philippines, and that's our Coins PH corridor, where sends to mobile wallets have increased over 200% compared to the prior year. And a lot of this is coronavirus. I think digital money is a lot more attractive than paper money in a lot of societies with this coronavirus going on. And I think it'll stick. It's just easier to deal with. There's not a lot about Ripple in this article, but we're going to talk about Ripple anyway, because there is a story out there that Western Union has who is MoneyGram's competitor, has put in a takeover bid to take over MoneyGram International, and that may be true. And all kinds of XRP people are speculating about, is this a good thing or a bad thing for XRP? Most people lean on it being a bad thing because, of course, Western Union is the competitor. But you've got to remember, without seeing the particulars of any deal between Western Union and MoneyGram, you really can't make there's so many speculative pieces. For example, we know that Ripple owns 10% of MoneyGram, so regardless of what happens, Ripple themselves is going to get a big influx of cash. They could therefore do like a Stellar Lumens and say, we got all this cash from this deal, we're going to send all this XRP to a dead-end wallet and cut the supply. Or they could say, you know what, Western Union, we don't want cash for our 10%. We want you to use our ODL solution. There's so many different facets and ways a deal could work, but since Ripple owns 10%, you better believe that it's gonna benefit at least Ripple Labs. Whether it benefits the price of XRP, I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't seen the particular of the deals, but you better believe it's going to benefit Ripple. And we know that Ripple advocates for XRP. I would not, if you're one of these people with your wallets in a twist over this Western Union deal, I would say just hold on, continue holding. You were anyway, and wait to see what the particulars are and how Ripple benefits and responds to that benefit. All right, we're going to go in and talk about our price predictions. This is a fun article from International Business Times by Vincent Mislos. And it's a few days old, but still, we'll talk about it anyway. The key points of the article, because I don't like to read the whole thing word for word. Crypto analyst predicts Ethereum and 3 more altcoins will have a price rally along with Bitcoin. All these altcoins had either important announcements or development milestones about to be achieved. Bitcoin is still one to watch, with Bloomberg predicting a 20,000 price in 2020. For BlockFire founder Simon Dedek, the next bull run will return with Bitcoin leading the charge. However, only a handful of altcoins will join the crypto rally. Dedek said 2017 was the year when buying any altcoin was a great investment. Altcoin means altcoins that are not Bitcoin, and all benefited from the bull ride. And then it talks about that spike back then. Dedek said on Twitter that the kind of bull run experienced in 2017 will not happen again. However, he made the case for the few solid altcoins out there. He believes Ethereum, Chainlink, Binance, VeChain, and Tezos will have price rallies along with Bitcoin. The analyst went as far as putting a price in his predictions. So here's what he's got. He's got Bitcoin at 150K. Now that's actually conservative compared to some of them that I've seen. Was it Tim Draper with his 250K prediction or 1 million prediction? I can't remember. Maybe he predicted both prices. But 150K is still, right now, considering this is under $10,000, that's still a great return. Ethereum he has at 9K, which, sitting at $240 for an Ethereum, that is phenomenal. Of course, Chainlink and Tezos, he has them each at $200. So that would be really welcome news. Binance Coin he has at $500 and VeChain at $1. And I think VeChain right now is under a penny. We were just looking at it at the beginning of the video here. I don't know. People make all kinds of predictions, and people don't even remember the predictions that people make. But the space is littered with people predicting that Bitcoin will never get to $1, or this won't happen, or this will happen. A lot of it is just guesswork. I'm not advocating for these predictions. I just think it's fun to talk about. And I was wondering if anybody watching the video agrees with this fellow's prediction, Mr. Dedek. Dedek, I don't know how you say his name. I'm terrible with names, folks. I can't help it. Do you have any of these coins, and are you hoping for these prices? I'm sure if you do have any of those coins, you are hoping for those prices. Ethereum, I haven't seen many price predictions on of 9K. But if you think about it, at the all-time high of Ethereum was something like $1,800. So I guess it's not too far out of the range of possibility. Bitcoin's already hit 20,000 at one point. So we'll see, and we'll be happy if it does, because these definitely, Tezos and Chainlink, are some of our positions here. We do have some Ethereum, and I have a small amount of Bitcoin as well. So these are all good. If these prices happen, I will consider it a win all day long. And I would be very happy to do so. So go ahead and put your predictions down. He doesn't list XRP. XRP is a hard one to predict. But I am confident with XRP. I haven't sold any of my positions. I'm not letting this sort of MoneyGram news or Western Union news with little details. I'm not letting that affect my buying decisions. Look, you don't want short-term emotional news to affect what is supposed to be a long-time investment. And unless Ripple says the whole thing's tanking, we're going under and shutting down ODL, at that point I may say, you know what, I'm going to dump these coins. But until that happens, I'm still going to be optimistic with the coin and continue to hold my bags. So there's more of our Joe Stacy music. This is the outro. We are going to just show you here, for every new subscriber to the channel, we do donate some XRP to @GoodXRP. I made a donation today of 25 XRP for those new subscribers. @GoodXRP is a charity aggregator. They're called the Good Souls Group on Twitter. You can check them out. They will break down that 25 and send it off to various charities. All good charities. There's dog rescues, homeless shelters, educational materials, Clean Water Project, tree planting. St. Jude's is on there. There's all kinds of charities that money will go to. And that'll be it. I'm going to pop up some additional videos for you to watch. and we will be back soon. Thank you for watching.